You're 31 and you've been in a relationship for 4 years. So there should be a rush.
Yeah, we're working on having a child, and marriage, of course, has been a conversation um, with myself and my boyfriend.
So you guys are going to get married before you have the kid before you get married?
Um, yes.
Yes, sir. You just found it. Intercourse with you. Let's chat. Welcome to the Intercourse Show. I'm your host, Mr. B. Today we have a very interesting reaction video for you from Kevin Samuels. In this interview, he interviews an educated woman who is seeking advice on dating. Let's see what he has to say.
Being wrong per se.
So what do you have for me? What did I get wrong?
I don't want to say that you really got anything wrong per se. However, I guess I am a woman that's a little older.
Okay.
I don't have children. I'm not married.
How many children?
I don't have any children.
Okay.
And I don't know. I guess I'm a career woman. I am in a relationship, but I don't feel like I don't think that you got anything wrong. I just like kind of agree with you a little bit in a certain sense.
Okay. Um, so did you ever want to get married or have kids?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's coming.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming, but it's not like it's a goal because I think I'm like weirdo or anything like that.
Well, how
I
old are
think
you?
I'm 31.
All right. And how long you been in a relationship?
4 years.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to ask next.
Yeah, I watch your show a lot. I know
Well, I
you
mean,
guys.
because I said, do you ever want to get married or have kids? You said, yeah. And but then again, I heard but there's no real rush. But you're 31 and you've been in a relationship for 4 years, so there should be a rush.
Yeah, we're working on having a child, and marriage, of course, has been a conversation um, with myself and my boyfriend.
So you guys are going to get married before you have the kid before you get married?
Um, yes, that's where my yeah.
Okay,
That's of
so
course.
did you go to college?
Yes, sir.
All right, what's your degree in?
I have my bachelor's in social work and my master's in criminal social
I'm a
justice.
PhD.
And what does your boyfriend do?
He's a master mechanic.
Right. So you're out educated. You're far more educated than him.
Um,
That's not even close, man. Let's not play
okay,
games. Let's not even play
okay.
games. You're a master's and he's a master mechanic. No disrespect to the master mechanics, but it doesn't take 6 years in debt. So what I'm hearing you say is you're leading the relationship.
Mm, not necessarily.
Does he want to get
I
married?
would no.
Okay. So tell me how this is
Yeah,
supposed.
he
So
wants.
I'm open though. I'm open though. Tell me how this is supposed to work because you're a college educated woman with a master's degree, and you know all the facts and the stats about two parent homes and marriage and all this other kind of stuff. Tell me why, as such an educated woman, you're just basically saying, nah, we're just gonna get up, have a child unmarried, and just do it this way.
Well, because okay, so um, I guess it's a little bit of here and there. He's a little bit older than me.
Okay.
And my main concern is I've always wanted to be a mother, I guess, in my aspect. So I mean, like I've grown up in a two-parent household. Marriage was always, discussed.
Okay.
Um, and like eventually it will come, but I'm okay with a child coming before.
Why? Okay, ma'am. What I'm trying to understand is why you went. you went through the system of college,
Yes.
but you're willing to have a child outside of marriage. Why is marriage less of a commitment than being a mother?
Mm, I wouldn't say it's
Well,
less of
yeah,
a
you
commitment.
are when you put in the car. Yes, you are, but you putting it. You're far more willing to say I'll go reproduce and make another sentient being before I will get a legally binding covenant marriage. That is saying one is more important than the other.
Mm. I'm just I just feel like when you're talking about like love and relationships, I don't know, like I feel like me and him both we've been like back and forth with one another. So I feel like just waiting to get married
Wait,
and
okay,
me
how
and
long?
him.
How long do you need to know? How long do you need to wait before you know whether or not you've been for 4 years? How many years you need to know? Wait.
I don't really know. I don't have the answer to
Oh,
that
well, but see,
question.
the thing is, you should because you talk about having a baby. See, what you're basically saying is you're gonna have another broken black family. That's what you're basically prepping to do. Because here's the thing: if you're not married, the child will be from a baby mama, and sounds to me like you're not certain if this relationship is going to last. What do you have to lose for getting married? You went here before. See, that's why I understand so many black women. What does marriage sound like to you? Because it sounds like you would rather go into debt for school and all this kind of stuff, but getting married is too big of a commitment for modern black women. What's the fear?
It's not. I mean, it's not really a fear um to take that step. It's not a fear. I'm just being supportive of my partner, and I'm supporting him. He's ready. We'll be ready together, and we're just helping each other
Oh,
grow.
no, that's
Right.
bull crap, ma'am. How old is he?
He's 39.
All right. He's a 40-year-old man. You're talking like kids. And see, no one ever
Mhm.
pushes black women to answer these questions. What you've told me is I would be willing to have a child out of wedlock and then someday in the future possibly get married. Do you guys live together?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. So you're willing to play house. You're willing to do everything except sign the be on the insurance policies and be the official in case of emergency.
Mm,
Why'd you pick a man that you're this unsure about?
he's an awesome father. So when me and him first started dating,
Oh,
and
he already has children.
he has one child,
Okay, so
and
has he been
that's
married?
like he was previously married. Yes, he's
Oh,
divorced now.
okay. But I'm asking about
So
you
that's
though.
why, yeah,
You
and
want to
that's
be
why I'm
married and have
understanding.
kids, but you're not doing it.
I feel like it's gonna come. Like,
No,
um,
it's not. I hate to
mm,
break it to you, sis, but no, it's not.
okay. I don't know. I guess I was trying to talk about how like I know you were talking about like being
I
older
understand,
and not.
but the thing is, I understand. And see, you're older. You just like a lot of times women are called onto the show and they want to talk about bigger things. But I'm more concerned about what informs your opinion. And it's never failed that when I've talked to women like yourself that you're talking about something while something in your own lap ain't working.
Mhm.
Is this man 4 years? How long should it take to decide to marry somebody?
Well, I've been watching your show, and you say between like 6 months and a year. But it's like it's been a lot of transition and going on. So it's not like it's just simple. And it's just been a lot of growth as well.
That's bullshit. You can tell
I
yourself.
don't know.
I mean, I'm trying to let you come to it on your own, but you've accepted this. He's already been married, already had a kid. You're wasting your youth and your time. If you break up, he's already got a kid and a marriage. He's good. You were the ones gonna be ass out.
Danger zone!
So the question is, why are you accepting this deal?
I don't know. I guess happiness and love
Okay. So
and adventure.
he's told you he wants to marry you.
He said that he's open to the
No,
idea of it.
man. That's game. He said, I want to marry you.
No, he hasn't said it like that.
Then it's up, ma'am. Then welcome to therapy. It's game. And you know it. You've heard this before. The point is you got too much invested in it and you're not willing to lose all this. So how many more years are you willing to do this? Because he's never told you he wants to marry you.
So is it the same thing if he said he wanted to spend the rest of his life with me? Like he wants to spend the rest of his life with me?
Why doesn't he want
Is that
to?
different?
No. Then why doesn't he want to do it legally?
Just
Because I haven't required it. And I give it. I live with him. I'm in-house coochie, and I'm willing to accept it because I can't do no better. Let's get right down to it. If I put any kind of demands on him, I'm afraid I'll lose him. And you're going to tell me this is love? Don't sound like love to me. Don't even sound close to being healthy.
I think it's I don't know.
I'm a PhD.
I just with him becoming more comfortable with the idea.
It's not about
I
him
don't
being
know.
comfortable with the idea. I asked you, did you want to get married? You said yes. I asked you, did you want to have children? You said yes.
Yeah.
And you're wasting, and you decided. See, here's the thing. Once this ends, and it will end, you cannot blame men. You'll have to look in the mirror and say, I knowingly decided to stay into a dead-end relationship with a man who never said he wanted to marry me. I took that deal, and I'm an educated, intelligent black woman. I have a high school diploma, a bachelor's, and a master's. I'm in the top 20 or 30% of education in this country. You cannot blame anybody. He's not lied to you. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Yeah, but he doesn't want to do it legally. See, one thing we do, a lot of people talk shit about me. You've been divorced twice, and yeah, because I will at least get married. Black folks, we walk around in these bullshit ass situationships and don't seem to understand that marriage means something. It's better to, if you're gonna be with somebody for 4 years, you might as well be married. You're going to be doing all the other stuff, and you know what I'm saying is true. You just don't. You just too far down this path. So now you're just holding on for the fact that hopefully he'll change his mind, and it's not. As long as you let this go, it'll go.
Okay.
I hate to break it to you, sis, but I mean that's just the way it is.
That's cool. You have an awesome show. You're a great guy. So
I mean, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but I really hope you sit back and really evaluate what I said. You're 31. I talk about an eternal seven for a reason. Listen to what I'm about to say, okay? I don't want to see you become bitter for the rest of your life because you missed your window. If this man wanted to marry you, he knows what K Jewelers is. He knows how to. It doesn't take 4 years. You guys can just go down to the courthouse. But do not have a child without a marriage. Do not do that. Because that's unfair to that kid. Thanks for calling in, though. Appreciate it.
Okay, that was Kevin Samuels giving some advice, in my opinion, very sound advice to a young lady in her 30s who's seeking some advice with regards to her relationship. In the clip, she talked about being in a 4-year relationship with a man who, is a master mechanic. She's an educated woman with her master's degree. So there's definitely a difference in education. And she seemed to be planning to be a mother before planning to be a wife with the man. Now, the man had already been married. He already has a child. So he does not have the same sense of urgency to recommit himself to that relationship like this young lady does. She desires to be married, but for whatever reason, she has never really taken the steps to make it a prerequisite to having a child or to moving forward with this man. And she, for the lack of a better term, been shacking up with the guy. Now, I think Kevin Samuels' advice to her was very sound in telling her it does not make sense to plan on having a child with a person that you have no marriage with, no commitment with, no strong commitments with, right? That's so much more, because I think God designed marriage to be one that is somewhat of a support system to ensure a sincere commitment on the part of both parties to take on vows for the sake of creating a family. I think it's a prerequisite, unfortunately, that she did not make mandatory, right? It's one thing that she was already partaking in relations with the man, but it's another thing that, she didn't see fit to request that, they take those proper steps. Now, his advice in telling her she shouldn't have a child with a man that she's not married to is very sound, because there's certain protections that, you would have. I mean, there's certain support that you would have. It's a better situation. And what he was saying is you are putting your child, the unborn child, at this disadvantage if you take the position of simply becoming a single mother with the child. Now, a lot of times the relationships go wrong, but I think Kevin was trying to point out to her, look, these earlier years that you have where your body is able to reproduce, are crucial years. They're very critical periods in your life, and the decisions you make during that time is going to impact you. And to move in a direction with a person who's not willing to commit to you and to commit so much of your time and attention and your precious years to that person is just not wise, right? I think any father would tell his daughter something along those lines, because he doesn't want you to disadvantage yourself. And there are men who are not really serious, and they're not people that you should consider reproducing. So, to just make that commitment seems as if this young lady has been ill-advised. Now, this would pose the question: has she, consulted with her father or a male advisor that can, help her kind of navigate her decisions? It does not seem like she's getting any type of counsel from any male figures, prominent male figures in her life. So it seemed like a lot of the information that Kevin was even giving her was new to her and almost like something she didn't factor in. And he was making the case that you're a very educated woman. This is not something that I should have to spell out, but apparently in her case it was. Common sense is not common for everyone, and people value different things. And it's unfortunate amounts of times, and it's really not to our advantage to do that. So my advice is stop and think, ask yourself what is it that you want, and see if your wants aligns with the wants of your partners. If you want to be married, like you said, it shouldn't take you 37 years to figure out how you gonna get married, who you gonna marry, and what you need to know about the person in order to do a relationship with them. He also said something about his own personal experience. Like when he got married, his marriage didn't necessarily work out, but he was bold enough to get married. He was bold enough to do it the right way. Some people are not bold enough to do it the right way because they fear of the outcome. They fear things may go wrong. And, fear is never a good motivation or motive to do anything. It typically will come back in a negative light. The Bible says something very interesting. Whatever a man fears the most, that shall come upon him. So if you fear that the relationship's going to fail, and that's what you base your relationship decisions on, it's most likely that your relationships are going to fail. So this is my feedback. I definitely welcome the conversation with all of you. I pray that, you guys are receiving some sort of counsel that can be helpful to you. I ask that you like and subscribe to stay connected to the conversation as we look to give you a lot more useful content. All right. Without any further ado, we're signing out. Have a good one.